Hi, good morning children. Welcome to Gurukul Vidyalaya online classes. Today for 9th class physical science chemistry topic is matter pure. This is the topic we are going to discuss now, and it is a part 4 video, and already in the previous video we have discussed about the separating techniques of the components. So about two techniques we have discussed there. One is sublimation and the next one is evaporation. So how the substance will be separated by using the sublimation process, and by using the evaporation process how can we use separate, we have understood in the by listening that video. Okay, now in this today we are going to discuss about other technique, that is paper chromatography. So paper chromatography, it is one of the separating technique. Generally chromatography is a laboratory technique for the separation of mixtures into its individual components. So it is the laboratory technique, generally we use in the laboratory. So we can use chromatography to separate components in ink, to separate the components in ink. So previous in evaporation, just to separate two components we understood, but to separate the components in the ink also we can use by we can separate by using the paper chromatography technique. So just we have to set up the apparatus like this. We have to take one beaker. We have to take one beaker and filled with water up to this level. Up to this level we have to fill with water. Next, by placing one pencil, by placing one pencil on the beaker, filling with water, just one paper strip we have to take, one paper strip. The paper strip we have to take, and with by using the cello tape, with the cello tape we have to fix this one. Okay, so this is the pencil and it is the cello tape and beaker. Strip of filter paper, filter paper, and one mark we have to keep here with a marker. This is the marker line. This is the marker line. This is the marker line. So children, do you understand? By taking one beaker, glass beaker, filling some water in the beaker up to this level, and one pencil is kept here. With the help of the pencil, we will make the paper strip to suspend into the water. The end of the paper strip should be touched into the water, touch to the water. So what is happening? We are marking by using the marker. We are drawing one line on the paper strip. So the water should not touch to the marker line. Okay. So this is the filter paper strip. So what will happen after some time? The filter paper which is dipped into the water and which one end is dipped into the water, slowly the filter paper will absorb the water. It will absorb the water. So what will happen when the filter paper is absorbing the water? The components in the marker, the ink components in the marker, they will be separated. So just we can observe one line will go like this, one color, another color will go. So like that different colors, water involved in that marker, they will be separated there. So by drawing this one, a line or a mark does not touch to the water. That's what precaution we have to take. After allow the water to move up the paper for 5 minutes and then remove the strip from the water. So just we have to Leave it for 5 minutes and remove the pencil outside. Then paper strip also will come outside. No? Let it dry, and what are the colors it is separating on the strip, we have to observe. So different colors will be observed like that. So that is the process of the paper chromatography. And here by using a non-permanent marker, if you do, they will separate like that. Suppose if you use a permanent marker, if you draw a marker line by using the permanent marker, so that also we can do the same process by keeping the beaker, adding water, one filter paper strip on that mark, draw a line with the non-permanent marker, and by using the pencil, if you hang that one, the paper strip, end of the paper strip will dip into the water. So then what will happen? Leave for 5 minutes and remove outside and make it dry. Then will this marks, that ink components will be separated here after drying? So it will also be happen like that. So but there is some difference between this permanent marker and non-permanent marker. So by that we can understand how the thick line was drawn in on the paper strip. So in chromatography used only to separate components of colored components. So here just to separate the components of colored components. How the colored components are separated, that only we are understanding here. So to separate the colored components in the ink or in the marker ink, so that we are discussing, we are understanding here in this process. Now generally separation of miscible liquids and immiscible liquids. So before going to discuss that one, what is meant by miscible liquids and immiscible liquids? We know that miscible liquids means the liquids, when they are as a mixture, when they are combining with each other, they will completely dissolve in that one. They will be completely dissolved. Those type of liquids are called as miscible liquids. Then what about immiscible liquids? The liquids will not completely dissolve in one another. When we are combining the liquids, they will not completely dissolve. But what will happen? They will form some layers. They will form some layers. For example, if you pour water in alcohol, will we see some layers in that glass? Can we see the layers? Water and alcohol, they will combine, they will completely dissolve with each other. And another example, milk and water, they will be completely dissolved. So we can say them as miscible liquids. Then what about water and kerosene and water and oil? Will they completely mix with each other? Will they dissolve in one another? They won't dissolve. They won't completely dissolve. But what will happen? They will form a layers. The liquid which is having less density will be top layer, and which is having more density will be settled down. So as a second layer. So those type of liquids are called as immiscible liquids. We call them as immiscible liquids. So here we have to discuss the separation of immiscible liquids. Now we are going to discuss about separation of immiscible liquids. We call them as immiscible liquids. How to separate the immiscible liquid? To separate the immiscible liquids, we are using separating funnel. We have to use separating funnel. So how the separating funnel will be? Just you can see here. Separating funnel. So here one stem will be there, and one stopper cork also will be placed here. One stopper cork. So one cap will be placed here, one knob to the stand. If you fix the clamp to the stand, okay. So to the stand, one separating funnel is there. In this, two types of liquids are placed. This is the separating funnel. In these two liquids, one is kerosene, another one is water, and it is the stopcock. So children, this is the separating funnel. Just you see the separating funnel. In this two liquids we are adding. One is kerosene and another is water. Those two are the two liquids which are immiscible liquids. So whenever we add these two liquids there, to separate them, one stopcock also given here. So what will happen? It is very simple method and easy method to separate the liquids. How? By unscrewing the stopcock. By unscrewing the stopcock, what will happen? Just the water we can leave down by placing another beaker here. By placing another beaker, we have to leave the. We have to unscrew this one stopcock. Then what will happen? The water will come and fill into the beaker. Then whenever this kerosene also coming, the level will decrease down. No? Whenever this kerosene is coming down, just we have to screw it. The stopcock should be closed there. Then what will happen? Only the kerosene will be left there in the separating funnel. So by this, what can we understand? The water will fall down, and at the same time, the water is collected into the another beaker, and kerosene will be left into the separating funnel. So afterwards, if you take this beaker and keep another beaker, and if you unscrew the stopcock, the kerosene also, we can collect the kerosene also into another beaker. So by that, what can you understand? The both kerosene and water both will be separated. So this is one of the separating technique for separating the immiscible liquids. So children, do you understand? Generally, we can observe the diesel is immiscible in water. Well, how can you understand that one? If you go onto the roads in the rainy season, just nowadays how it is rainy season, and from automobiles, some diesel will be leaked onto the road. So on the water, when it is falling, we can observe some colored layer on the water. No? So why? Because those both are immiscible liquids. The diesel and water both are immiscible liquids. So they won't mix together into the water completely. They won't dissolve. So like a layers we will observe. So in the same way, whenever two types of liquids are combined with each other or dissolved with each other, we call them as a, what we call them as a immiscible liquids. And those immiscible liquids can be separated by using this separating funnel. Okay children, in this video today we have discussed about the paper chromatography by using the markers and water and permanent markers, non-permanent markers, drawing a line on the filter paper, dipping into the water. We can separate the ink components, the components present in the ink. And in the same way, this is the separation of immiscible liquids. By using the separating funnel, both the liquids, kerosene and water, will be separated. So these are the two techniques, and previously also we have discussed some more techniques, that is separation of salts by the sublimation and with the evaporation, and now paper chromatography and separating funnel, separating of immiscible liquids. So these are the things. So read in your textbook the topic again and again, you read and make it understand. Keep those important points in your mind and write those in your rough book also, important points. And then what about the miscible liquids? So up to now we have discussed about the immiscible liquids, how can you separate them. Then what about the miscible liquids? We cannot find them by the layers, no, like this. If you see, if you observe them as a layers, we can understand that they can be separated by the separating funnel. So whenever the both are combined, milk and water, water and alcohol, when they are mixing combined with each other, can we separate by using the separating funnel, or is there any other process? So about that we will discuss in the next class. The separation of two miscible liquids by using some process, that is distillation and fractional distillation. For what we will use distillation, for what we will use fractional distillation, those both we can discuss in the next class. And about the separation of components of air also, how can we separate the components of air, that also we can discuss in the next class. Okay, thank you for watching this video.